I'm doing laser hair removal. It took me a minute to decide whether or not I was going to make this video because who's going to be interested in that? But then I thought it took me some time to find some content out there on women that have been doing it, just some return on experiences, some feedback to know how it went for them. And so I thought if I'm sharing my journey, maybe it can help some people out there who are thinking about it, but not so sure whether they want to go forward with it, just to make an informed decision. So here we go. Okay, gonna get this out of the way first. So I'm gonna ask you a bit of imagination here. See those patches? I unfortunately forgot to document my legs before my first hair removal session. But you have to imagine that this is what my entire legs were covered with. Some women are perfectly comfortable being hairy, and that's fantastic. I'm personally not, and that means I feel uneasy quite often since I go swimming 3 times a week. And lucky me, I was actually a perfect candidate. You need light skin and dark hair, though modern lasers can treat a variety of skin tones and hair colors with the right precautions. I guess that leads me to the first thing you should do. Find a good place with competent technicians that will take time to explain everything to you. I recommend that you go to several locations for a consultation and ask as many questions as you have before you decide. Just so you know, I feel like I'm exposing myself a little bit for this video because it's not in my habits to just show myself in my bathroom and explaining what I'm going to explain. But basically, an important part of the process is to shave the areas that you're going to have the procedure on, because the whole technology is about spotting the follicle of the hair, and therefore it doesn't need to have the full grown hair. It's actually not helping. So you have to shave either 24 up to maximum 48 hours before a session. And so that's what I'm going to do. I always use reusable razors with reusable blades that I got on the side. So here we go. Again, not my most flattering moment here, but we've all been there. From what I've read, you have to shave before laser hair removal to ensure the laser energy is absorbed by the hair follicle below the skin. Shaving removes hair above the skin's surface, which otherwise would absorb the laser's energy, leading to ineffective results, increased risk of burns, and discomfort. Now you're all set and ready. You've picked the right institute. You're all shaved. Time to go. I'll obviously spare you the undressing part, but I'll walk you through the process once you're there. The technician provides you with some wet wipes if you want to clean any area, and a towel to cover yourself. You're also provided with, and that's the coolest part, some protective glasses. More seriously, the intense light from the laser can cause serious and permanent eye damage, including blindness, without proper protection. These specialized glasses protect the retina and other sensitive parts of the eye from injury. Notice that the laser technician is covering any moles or parts of my tattoos that would risk being exposed to the laser. Exposing these areas can lead to potential damage, fading, discoloration, and even burns or blistering on the tattooed or mole skin. You could basically be doing an unwilling tattoo removal procedure should she not cover your tattoos. And before starting the procedure, she applies an ultrasound gel to protect the skin from heat, enhance the glide, and hydrate the skin. Here comes the meat. This is what the hair removal laser machine looks like. You can choose between different technologies. I decided to go for diode laser instead of intense pulsed light, also referred to as IPL. Diode laser is often considered better for long-term results because it presents much less risk of burns, offers more precision and overall effectiveness. The choice really depends on your specific needs. Here's a quick recap of both technologies so you can decide for yourself. In terms of pain, I'd say it goes from inexistent to a 6 out of 10 on a few very sensitive areas. Overall, very tolerable. The technician should also make it comfortable for you by asking you step by step how you're handling the heat before increasing the power. And that's it really. She then cleans the gel and moves forward to the next area. Before starting, I was told that you can see a reduction by 10 to 30% of hair density after the first session. It varies for everyone, of course. I think I got lucky on this one because I'd say I've had a decrease of hair density by at least 50%. I'm halfway through the process now, and it feels like I may not need to do the minimum amount of sessions recommended. Only the future will tell. You may have guessed it already, but I overall highly recommend this procedure. Of course, that's if you match the criteria I mentioned before. So don't forget to check with a laser technician first if it makes sense for you to go forward with it. In my case, it is absolutely life-changing. I actually can't believe when this is over, I won't have to deal with any hair for the few years to come. That is complete luxury for me. Oh, and one last important thing I forgot to mention. Make sure you cover the areas you're doing the procedure on at least 10 days after a session. Your skin is sensitive after being heated with the laser, and you want to make sure you don't burn it after. Stay tuned for my final judgment when the procedure is over.